Heyo! Welcome to Kid Connection. It is week 2 in our series called The Great Outdoors. We talked last week what it was like to be quiet and to listen to God. One of my favorite things to do is to be outdoors and just to simply try to hear from God and just to focus and to meditate. And so this week is all about how to read God's Word. But before we get into small group material, let's go over just a few things real quick. Just a reminder, service starts at 10 o'clock, so make sure you are in position over in Kid Connection, the game room, the check-in station, wherever you are needed. Make sure you are there no later than 9:45. That's when our kids and our parents start coming in and dropping them off. And so I really want every single kid to get a high five or a hug or just a hey, what's up, nice shoes kind of comment. And so make sure that you are there welcoming our kiddos no later than 9:45 because the service starts at 10 o'clock. Hang out with them in the game room. Try not to let them be running around in the gym, but have them in the game room. And some of them may filter into the Kid Connection room, but that's okay as long as they're not messing up anything. And so just place what's a game called? Carpet ball. Play carpet ball with them, shoot the basketball with them, build some Legos, draw on the whiteboard, just be with them, play an arcade game with them, just be with them. They are going to remember you much longer, much more intently than they will remember the lesson from today. So be with them today. Bathrooms, about 10:15, then 10:20, we'll break and do bathrooms. And so they'll do the whole bathroom thing and then come back. We try not to let them do bathroom breaks inside of the time allotted for worship and games and small groups. And so make sure they do that beforehand. All right, so they'll come back into the Kid Connection room. They'll have a seat, sit with them. The blue chairs are designated for leaders. And so you sit there and sit amongst them. Do the things they do. So you sing loud and you play the games big and you just are excited to be here. And so thank you guys so much for serving. And so let's jump into the small group material. As soon as the video is over, you'll come back to the back of the room, grab your big black bin, has everything you need for small groups in there. And so the very first things, you'll get your group together and you'll welcome them. And every single kid this week, just as a circle up time at the very beginning of your small group, will get a blank piece of paper. They'll get a blank piece of paper like so, and they can grab a crayon and they are going to write something on their paper. And so what they're going to write is instructing us to go around the circle and have kids share their name and choose one piece of paper to they're supposed to, I messed up. Let's go back. Have kids write down one fact about themselves. So it can be like, I like the color purple, or my favorite baseball team is the Braves, or whatever their thing is about themselves. Have them write that down, ball that piece of paper up, and then place it in the middle of your circle. Then go around and have each child choose a different piece of paper, grab that, open it up, and try to guess who wrote that piece of paper. All right, so that's just a little fun introductory thing, and then introduce today's topic, and that is read God's Word. Read God's Word, all right? And so make that little thing to make it in their minds to read God's Word throughout the week and throughout their days. So the very first thing after that is the Bible story cards. You guys should be familiar with these. These are the little flashcards that you get to hold up, let them see the picture, and you're reading on the back. There's a true story we can read in the Bible about a man named Philip. And so we're going to be learning about Philip and the Ethiopian, how God had them intersect and intermingle with each other, all questions that he had about God's Word and the Bible. So great story. There's some questions to follow up with that. And then there's a little game at the end. It's kind of like a follow the leader kind of thing. But so here's how I suggest that you do this. So this may be a little bit different than what the small group material says, but you can kind of use your imagination to kind of play however you would like to play. So I would have everybody close their eyes in your group. All right, so just Imagine everybody's closing their eyes, and then I would say, hey, maybe you want to tap somebody on their head or on their shoe or something. That way nobody else knows who's picked. But you're supposed to choose somebody who is it. And so then you're going to play the game, Guess Who. So everybody opens their eyes, and everybody begins to ask questions like, does this person have brown hair? Does this person have a beard? I wonder who that could be. And so they try to guess who it is. Once they guess who it is, you get to ask a question from the leader guide. Okay, so there's, 10 questions on this, so there should be plenty of questions. Let's just pick one of these. It says, find Matthew 6:26. Matthew is the first book in the New Testament part of the Bible. Once you find the verse, read it to us. Help kids find the verse. So what does this verse say about who God is? So we'll have Bibles for you in the bins that they can all do that work together. So that's a quick little fun game. There's some questions, some additional questions on the run sheet that if you'd like to ask those questions, if you have time, then do that as well. Next thing to do is pray and then memorize the verse. Verse this time is Psalm chapter 63, verse 1. It says, God, it says to point up, you are my God, thumbs to the chest. I want to follow you, walk in place. Psalm 63:1, and make that book again, make the Bible with your hands. So God, you are my God, I want to follow you. And then, so as soon as you're done, they will figure out how to put all their things together. So let's see. There's some activities in your group, and so make sure that you do that as well. Okay? Hey, thank you guys so much for volunteering and being part of Kid Connection. You are making a difference in this generation and the next generation. So thank you for serving. Thank you for serving big and with joy and being the love of Jesus Christ to these kids each and every week that you serve. So thank you, and we cannot wait to see you on Sunday. See ya. Bye.